Okay, this is just a quick fun video how I use Photoshop to colorize, well, how I used to do it, just going back, to colorize a drawing cartoon of my Mongooze Max character. So I have put a pen and ink drawing and just took a photo of it and import the photo. So I'm starting Photoshop here and just calling it MMX for Mongooze Max. I just used a magic marker on a clean white sheet of paper, and this is a blank page in Photoshop, and I'm going to open up the drawing that I did. So I took the drawing and just took a picture with my phone and imported that picture. So I'm looking for it here. It's somewhere in there, and there it is. So opening that up, and I haven't drawn Mongooze Max for a long time, so the head proportions are all weirded out. And I'm also starting the movie of this. So there. One of the things I need to do is brightness and contrast. You see how the page on the left, it looks grayish. So I just lighten it up under brightness and contrast, give it some contrast so those lines are dark. Now I want to fill in those areas, and when I want to fill in those areas with digital color, the first thing I need to do is make sure these areas are closed spaces. See, there's like little gaps, like that gap on the hand, the paw, I should say. If when I draw a line, I just go edit, undo, just testing out that line. And command plus and command minus will zoom in and see there's a spot right there. And to get the line, I always mess it up, so I just use the brush. So I'm testing out the brush, undo. That's a little too thin, so I want to thicken up the line. And also I don't want it to be a fuzzy line. I want it to, is it that control? I just mess around with this thing. I don't bother learning every single microscopic, but I want to draw a more concrete line rather than a fuzzy line. And that's about the right size. So let's undo that and get the right color. Maybe smaller the line. So it's basically reproducing what the magic marker did on the paper before. So I just color that in black, just real swift, just to connect the two lines. Now next, I want to try to find this paint bucket thing right there. Use that one a lot. And save, except I think I did this wrong because it's not showing up. There's this, there's a blur tool. See, I taught myself Photoshop hunt and peck style like this a long time ago, and then they came up with a new version, and now it's Space Cadet. So I have to find, so there's like more tools option. So I find that paint bucket thing, which just fills in large areas of a color, and I have to move it over there to put it in the toolbar, and it should be somewhere. And that's the other one. I was looking at the gradient tool, So sometimes these buttons, these selections have a with that small tiny little corner knob. They have a little drop down menu, and I also have to use, so I use the selection tool, okay, I'll just select the color. So I just go in there and get something average, because this is basically just like Sunday comics cartoon style of doing it. It's not a very precise, don't have to be too accurate. I mean, it's just have fun with it, a lot of it too. And so I select an area. This is the magic wand tool. So I'm just, notice it's filling in those areas, and since they're blocked by the whisker lines, I have to fill in each area with the same. So I don't want to make this, he's a mongoose, right? So I don't make them all the same color. Just, you kind of just think how they colorized in Warner Brothers, like the Wile E. Coyote or something. So a lot of your lighter tan. So he generally has a coat, and I'll have to do something different with the face, but yeah. And if I try to get the gradient tool, I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do there. So I need another color. I was going to get a kind of a lighter, well, this yellow. Well, I think. See, you just go up and down that spectrum, and then you can nuance it on the left just by selecting. And I just do it eyeball. So there's like a tan and a lighter tan, almost a yellowish tan. And then I'm trying to figure out the gradient tool. So it's just like, well, I'll just experiment with cloud or something and just try that thing. I don't know. Just go in there and don't be afraid to just, oops, erase your whole drawing. Make a mistake, just go back, edit, undo. There it is. So it's using the gradient tool, and oh yeah, okay. You know what I did wrong. I have to select an area. I gradiated the whole picture, so it went on that gradient tool, the whole frame, and it wasn't those colors. So I have to go back to figure out, okay, how do I get this gradient tool? Okay, this up, no, undo. So I have to adjust the tool over here to get these colors. There's also this eyedrop tool, but I couldn't find it where you just eyedrop the color. Right? So, and so there's where it looks like finished. Alright, have a great day. Okay, well, that's not quite finished. It needs to have more colorization. I didn't quite put the gradient tool in there. So when I gradient tooled that space right there, you notice it's above the whisker line. Undo that. There was something wrong with these, accepting these colors. So basically I had to look over when I get there to the right over there. I had to find where it goes. There's the colors. So it's going back and forth between the colors, like on the left, the yellowish and the light tan. Yellowish mustard tan and the light tan. So the gradient tool, if you just draw a line, this one's a linear. If you draw the line long, then it has a more of a subtle fade between the colors, and if you draw the line short, it's a little bit. And you can draw that line left to right or right to left with the colors chosen on the panel. So let me skip ahead some. Well, let me just do this fast because I'm just selecting colors and then adding them. And it's really just a basic color motif. I'm just making it up as I go, very much like other cartoonish stuff. It's just a matter of zooming in with Command plus and zooming out with Command minus, using the magic wand to select, and then picking out various colors to fill in these little areas. And it's just a fun thing to do. I don't know, if you select on the black line, it'll select all the black lines, so sometimes you have to kind of zoom in a little more to get to that little area with the magic wand. It's not really that much of a precise pointer, and that little triangle is about to be filled in. And the fill can have the foreground color and the background color, which is refers to those two color swaths selected on the left on the toolbar. You can go and select different colors. The near one is the foreground. And so I'll speed this up because it's mostly just hunting and pecking these colors. And that's pretty much it, and from here it's just save, and you can save it as whatever you want to. I think I'll make this JPEG. Now do the PNG, it's a little bit bigger file. It's not the, I'll just rename it there and just put it on the desktop. It's just something to, because I haven't done a Mongooze Max one for a little while. And in this, and there it is. Have a great time coloring and drawing and coloring it in, and